bring in Doug. I saw that Doug was coming in or trying. He's joining. I didn't letting him in, but here he is. Okay, thank you everybody who is here already, and hopefully we will be getting a few more people. I see here, first of all, our guests, Jason Kaplan, Douglas Steckbeck, and Charlie Elkins. Thank you very much. Oh, I see that Kimmer is here as well. I'm especially grateful for people who are not on the executive board, but only on the advisory board, that you show up. It really, you guys are really amongst my best friends, so that's why you're on this board.
Hey,
So
we're in Mexico on vacation for my birthday.
So
So
you should be really special.
happy birthday. I don't promise that this is going to be the highlight of your vacation.
That's
It is what
fine.
it
No,
is.
we're good. We always need a break. We've been here since Saturday, so we're good.
So Doug and Kimra live in Florida, right? Up near
Yes.
Melbourne or in Melbourne. And Jason is also on the advisory board. He lives in Memphis, Tennessee. And Charlie, you're back and forth. Where are you living? If you can unmute yourself for a moment.
I live in Dallas, Fort Worth.
Dallas, Fort Worth. Okay,
Yeah,
we're
I've been here
familiar with
about
Dallas,
4
Fort
years.
Worth. Where specifically in which city?
In Rockwell on the east side.
Way on the east. Dallas,
Yeah.
Fort Worth. You're far away from Fort Worth.
Yeah,
And the members of the executive board that we have with us already are Al McCarn and Ellie Ariel. Full disclosure, Ellie is also my daughter, and she is actually the president of Root Source, because she is the only person who is willing to say, "Abba, if you want me to be president, I'll be the president. What can if I don't trust you, who can I trust?" So let me bring in Dave is also trying to come in, and hopefully we'll get Russ is also supposed to show up as well. But enough of you are here, and especially since Jason mentioned that he's got to leave soon, we will get started. Just one second. Let me share my screen. I apologize if my computer is a little bit slow. I bought a new computer, so obviously it's very slow. That's the way life is, and that's ridiculous. Okay, these are the minutes of a meeting. If somebody can't see something, then just shout out. And if you have any other comments. Meeting of the Board of Directors of Root Source. This call to order says that we're supposed to have a meeting of boards of directors, but of course, if not enough people show up, then it is an informal action. Here are two more people who are coming in. Maybe that will turn it quickly into no, Bob is also not on the executive board, and Dad, this will be really interesting if my dad is showing up. I'm not sure who this dad person is. We'll find out in a moment. 1 second. And I don't. Oh, there's Dad. That Dad is Dave Pitcher. Anyway, so Dave Pitcher is also on the executive board. So we might have enough people. Let's see what we got over here. The following board members were presented with this list of resolutions and were present at the Zoom meeting. Armando hasn't shown up yet, but Dave is here. Albert is here, and Elisheva is here. Eli, 1 second. So let me move you up to here. Armando said he would be showing up, so we'll expect him soon. So that makes 3, and we've got Gidon, Dave, Russ isn't here yet, but let me put in Doug, Steck, Beck, and
Hey, Gidon, are you fully recovered from the pneumonia?
as you can hear, I am not fully recovered, but my doctor said that I'm plenty recovered, but it'll take a few weeks until my voice gets better. But camera,
Okay.
Steck, Beck, and okay, so Russ has not shown up yet, so we'll move him up to the front, so we'll be able to move him if we have to. Is there somebody besides Armando and Russ not listed on this list that should be? Is somebody? Oh yeah, Bob. Sorry, Bob, speak up. Anybody else? Bob. Okay, here's my,
Hmm.
okay, have we got everybody? More or less. And if 4 people show up, we'll add them. Since 3 board members or more are present, and right now we have Ellie, Dave, and Al. This activity is an official board meeting. If there had been such a quorum present by the meeting's end, this would have been an informal action. And since 3 are edges, so we can delete this paragraph. Okay, the agenda for today. The agenda of resolutions to act upon. Number 1, induction of new board members. Number 2, review of report of activities of 2025. Number 3, review snapshot of balances. Review 2025 expenses to date. And most importantly, discussion of action following financial issues. And we're going to try to go through this quickly. Induction of new board members. The following persons have expressed their desire to serve on the board, on the executive board. Second. Upon a quorum of board members affirming their consent in writing below to admit them, they will become members of the board. They will officially become members of the board, members of the executive board. David Altman and Russ Smith. Russ Smith is not showing up. Dave, can you send him a WhatsApp or something like that? Wonder what's going on with him. You see, he showed up earlier today. Maybe just is taking a nap.
I'll send them a message.
Okay, Dave, Al McCarn, of course, was one of our first board members, and very good friends introduced me to Dave and Russ, and they have been guests through the advisory board at our previous meetings and are very executational. So I asked them to join the executive board, and hopefully that will help us to get more people at the quarterly meetings, so we don't have to turn this into informal actions. So I will assume that everybody will be happy to confirm their consent in writing. So we will move these 2 people, or at least Dave, we won't move them yet. They'll be in the next meeting. So that's that. Okay. Review again. I'm trying to move fast. If there's any comments, please speak up. The board shall review and approve the following documents. Root source, what we do. This is activities of Q4, actually, the whole year of 2025. This is what we do. Your AR, my goodness, is that my brother Adam Reich? I don't think so. That is Armando, who should be here any minute, or already is here. Armando, are you here already?
Yes, I am.
I don't see you, and I think it's because I'm not seeing. For some reason, I'm not able to see the people who don't have the video on, but it's okay. Let me move you to the right place. Again, my apologies for slow computer.
I see Armando. His video is on.
Do you see me?
Okay. Yes, we
Yeah.
see you, and we see you in the directors present, a nice 4 directors present. We are now up to what we do. Rootsource.com. What we do, I have a list here of about 25 things. I'm not going to go through this, but I will be returning to this list in a different format later on in this meeting. You are all encouraged, if you haven't seen this page, to take a look at it. We're trying to do a lot of stuff. Next, slowly but surely. Okay, inside Root Source, the 2025 annual report. Unfortunately, my assistant was unable to upload this online. Let me show you what it will look like. My annual report, just 1 second. I didn't want to do this, but I'm doing it anyway. Just 1 second. Annual report. This is 2024 annual report. Our 2025 annual report is only in a Google Doc format for now, but it will be moved over to that website webpage. So we have our history and achievements, which we also have. Let me quickly put that page up here as well. 1 second. We're not going to show it because it's going to be loading, but we have our, since 2014, every year what we've done, a paragraph with about 5 or 6 or 7 bolded things. And 2025 is not up yet. So 2025 will be up when it will go. It will say, Root Source continued with its strong weekly newsletter. We ran Light Up the Church for the 4th year in a row. We held conversations online and more. This year, we refocused our main activity to document and commemorate Holocaust survivors with the publication of Through Faith and Fire, the Life of Rabbi Dermer, and the launch of We Must Not Forget. If anybody is not familiar with those books and that website, then please, by all means, do so. Here's Russ coming in. Hopefully Russ will say hello when he comes in. I can't really see him so much right now. This is the page that it should be on, but it's not on yet. So what have we done in 2025? This is what we prophesized, or so what we would do. We would hold the 5th annual Root Source Centennial Foundation Symposium. Unfortunately, that was deferred this year. We held many more conversations. We ran the Kristallnacht Light Up the Church project, 4th year of the row. We completed our, not platinum seal, but our gold seal. We marketed the list series to libraries. We haven't done that yet. We did not publish the Hamas. We published the first Hamas War edition, but we have a little bit more to do. We have the Bless Israel tab of on Root Source for our friends to support. Bless Israel. We did not travel abroad. I did not travel abroad this year, and I was going to travel abroad this year in 2026 for my niece's wedding in 2 weeks, but because I had pneumonia and for other reasons, also my brother passed away a couple of weeks ago, so I'm not going to go to that wedding, and I'm therefore not going to go to the other places that I was planning on going, to Dallas, to Memphis, and maybe to another place or two. But we'll see what will happen in 2026. The Code Symposium was not published, but hopefully we will work on that this year. We did add 1 book, and especially refreshed the interface of rootsource.com/shop. I highly recommend that you people look for that on the web page. Here it is, store. I'm not going to go into it now. And quickly, and we cooperated with the 10 from the Nations organization, 3 of which of those members are here on this group right now during the Nation's 9th of Av Gala. We continued to publish a newspaper. We received a $5,000 grant from Fidelity and another $15,000 grant from the Carson Myers. Unfortunately, funding was not forthcoming for the Institute of Midrashic Studies of the New Testament, but we continue to keep that on hold. We did not start the annual Root Source Bridge Prize maybe this year, and we are grateful to the 78 donors who gave a total of $46,000 this year. That sounds positive, but it's about a little more than half of what we've been doing last year. So that we will discuss in a moment. We did some online events, and Mazal Tov, Gidon's 10th grandchild was born about a month or 2 ago. Let's show you. Does anybody want to see a picture of a baby?
November
Right into
2nd.
uploading? October 2nd it was.
November 2nd.
November 2, November, December, January. So she's about 2 and a bit. And there's that beautiful, cute kid and that ugly grandparent. Okay, best saying.
No
Okay,
talking like that about my father, please. Thank you very much.
Besides that, we ran conversations. We were on a few media appearances. We continued with networking. We did a newsletter. We published Rabbi Dermer's book. We started We Must Not Forget. We did a Temple Mount event. We started the Memphis, or we are negotiating with and starting the Memphis chapter of Root Source. Maybe I'll give Jason a chance, please, to unmute yourself and say something about that if you're already still here.
I'm still here, Gidon. Just want to say hi to everybody. I'm so happy to be part of this group, and I've been involved with Christian-Jewish relationships in Memphis for many years, about 10 years with a different organization. which was very political, marching, kind of holding signs based. And I was really searching something that would be spiritual, text based, land of Israel based, and not so much about going out and putting out signs and lawn signs. I think it's performative, and I don't think there's much return on investment. So some people that I gave that feedback to were not particularly happy. Some people were ecstatic that there's going to be a new way of building the bridges between Christians and Jews. Gidon's leading the way. You all are leading the way. I'm learning more. I'm meeting you. So I'm a newbie here. But I just want to thank everyone for being here and for the opportunity to start a chapter in Memphis. We have about 6 people very excited about it. And with that kind of core, I think we can really grow it. So keep my remarks short and just want to say thank you. I'm very grateful and God bless everybody.
Thank you very, very much. And I was going to have a meeting with Jason. I was hoping to have a meeting with Jason before this meeting. So I'm not sure what he's got in mind, but we're going to keep on moving on that. And over the next few months, you'll be hearing about the Memphis chapter of Root Source, and hopefully that will pave the way for other chapters. Very exciting about that. We participated in Holocaust educational organizations. Let me move this a little bit so I can see. We also participated in an online discussion about Kristallnacht. That was also with the 10 from the Nations. And last but certainly not least, we hosted the launch of Bob Odell's breakthrough book series, The Echoes Bible. And since I just let Jason Kaplan speak, I'm going to ask Bob to unmute yourself and speak for a moment about The Echoes Bible. And notice, Bob, how short Jason spoke. So that's your your point.
I'm going to have to work really fast to stay with Jason's. He's blazed the trail for how to do this. I just want to say thank you to Gidon and to Root Source. It was our honor to ask the Root Source platform to be the very first platform to launch the Echoes Bible series online. I would just want to make one tie-in that this is not Root Source's first foray into this topic. It's that the Midrash topic that it was previously mentioned has been going on for several years. David Pitcher, also on this call, hi David, is connected with that project. So really, I felt like the Echoes Bible was not only an honor, but it was very appropriate given that Root Source has made a groundbreaking position into looking for connections between the Tanakh and the New Testament. So thank you, guys.
Yes, groundbreaking is definitely the right word over here. And so far, thankfully, it has not been head-breaking, because for an Orthodox Jew to deal with anything with having to do with the New Testament is pushing it out there. But with friends like Bob and Dave, it's worth ruffling a few feathers. What are our plans for 2025? We hope to publish more Holocaust survivor stories in the framework of We Must Not Forget. We will visit and meet with old friends and new ones. We'll have more conversation. Hopefully, we'll launch an official podcast channel. We will run the Light Up the Church again. Hopefully, we'll hold another symposium. We will complete the requirements for the GuideStar Platinum Seal, even though I'm not so sure. A few weeks ago, GuideStar really changed their interface. And at the rate things are going, I might say, thanks, GuideStar. I can't figure out your interface. So I'm not going to be working with you anymore. It is what it is. Maybe we'll move over to
you have to change that.
Yes,
You have to change that to what are our plans for 2026. It says 2025.
Very much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nation's 9th of Av, continue the newsletter, host online events, maybe celebrate a few more grandchildren. Ellie, did I mention here? Gidon's 10th grandchild was born. I read too quickly. Plus, Gidon's youngest daughter, Moriah, was married just before Passover. So I have to put in a picture of them also. 1 second, slow computer. That will hopefully fix that like that. Okay, and that's our plans. This still says 77 generous supporters in 2024. As I mentioned before, it says there's 78. I'm not so sure what's going on. I'll have to review that. Let us go back to where I'm holding. We have 10 people on this call, including me. let me see that we in fact have 10 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have one extra person, I'm afraid. I don't know what's going on. Camera is in fact in also in a box. That makes 11. Whatever, close enough. Yes. Review the annual report we did, and now this is the first Melissa support. I will quickly take a peek at this is the first Melissa report card. Again, sorry for the slowness. Pretty much reviewing what we've done. As I mentioned before, all fit on one page. Next. Come on. Review snapshot of balances. Okay, so here is the next balance sheet. 1 second. Move this over here. So right now, this is not updated. It is updated as of December 10th. Today's already January 6th or 7th, 6th. So it says here that we have about $2,000 in the Mizrahi account. That's probably true. I think we might have closer to 1,800. None in the Mizrahi dollars. PayPal Israel, this is a minimum. In Mercury, it says here we have $4,300. We have closer to $10,000 there. We recently received a $5,000 a donation, and we also moved about $5,000 from a Give Butter. Where is Give Butter over here? It says only 600. Like I said, I think we had about 5,000 there as well. To be paid within 30 days, however, is Gidon's pensions and Social Security, about $2,000 a month. My virtual assistant's about $1,600 a month. Credit card bills about $2,000. My bookkeeper's $350 a month, and AWeber is $150. We have a little bit more expenses than that, more or less, but not significant. Our next item is, these are our actual expenses in the last quarter. Instead of $21,000, which is how much our 3 months costs for my salary and Social Security, etc. I only got paid the Social Security, etc., only the pension. So that only $6,000 or $7,000 was paid, about 1/3 of that. My VAs also took they only worked for about half as much. And my new bookkeeper, it doesn't say how much the old bookkeeper was, but that actually went up a bit. So it's about $1,000 a month. And AWeber, like I said, is about $150 a month. So, and we also made our annual domain registrations for all of our domains. And we also bought me a new computer. So altogether, this last quarter cost, expense-wise, was about $13,000, as opposed to ordinarily our quarters are closer to 31. So that's about 1/3, not surprisingly. Next, let me go back here and see what we're up to. So that was a review of the snapshot of the balances and our expenses to date. Now we are up to the discussion of the actions following our financial issues. RootSource Israel, as I hinted at before, has not been withdrawing money from RootSource USA in amounts that allow Gidon to draw salary since September. So that means that I haven't been getting a salary since September, October. No, I think I got it in September, but October, November, and December. So 3 months. My accountant said that we can pay the Israeli Social Security and pension fund and keep that up, but the company can owe you the money as the company owner. So I haven't seen that from him. I was supposed to have a meeting with him today. He couldn't do it, so I'll see him tomorrow. I'm guessing that's something like about 50,000 shekels I'm owed from that, but we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Our primary donors lowered their annual donations to us significantly over the past few years and has made no actual donation at all in 2025. So that's a nice picture, but that's not what I wanted to show here. This is what I wanted to show here. We're talking about the Nathaniel Foundation. Our first year from them, they gave us 25K, second 20, but then they started getting a little bit more money and giving us a little more. So we got 50,000, then 75,000, then 80,000. But then we went back down to 40,000. Last year, 2024, we got $20,000 from them. We're usually used to the Pareto rule of them giving us about 80% of our income. We only got 20%, barely. And unfortunately, we didn't get 80% from the people who usually give us 20%. So that means that in 2024, we were already running on 50% or so. And last year, in 2025, they gave us none. The reason is because their distributions are based on their stock price, and their stock price went down significantly in 2025 and in 2024 as well. Lo na'im, lo nara. That is the reason that we are less with the Nathaniel Foundation. In addition, if I may continue reading, Root Source USA's debt to Root Source Israel, which includes 4 months of fees, as I mentioned before, and $50,000 of fees over the year before that. In other words, I had not really been paying the fees as I should have been. We had a buffer of about $100,000, and I was transferring that buffer instead of what I properly should have been doing, which was billing Root Source USA every single month and taking that money. And when they couldn't pay that money, then we would have come to this situation a lot earlier, but so far I'd managed. So that's what happened. In addition to that, according to our contract, Root Source USA is supposed to pay Israeli expenses that are simply more easy to pay in Israel. Things like my Israeli phone bill and stuff like that. And that comes out to about $2,000 a month, and I've been doing that for 3 years. So altogether, Root Source USA's debt to Root Source Israel comes out to $132,000. Now, this is an important statement that I wrote today. This debt is not being forgiven at this point. However, no plan is in place to begin paying it back. Hopefully, this debt will not grow. As of December 21st, I'm not sure what the point of that date is. There was barely enough money in the balances to pay the other vendors who we pay monthly, which come to about $2,000. That includes our virtual assistants and our accountant and a few other things. However, on the plus side, besides the life-saving donation that we got recently, so we will be able to make that payment in the beginning of December. On the plus side, there are also currently recurring donations that add up to about $1,000 a month. That, if I'm not mistaken, about 25 donors. On the average, they're giving about $25 a month. That doesn't add up to it. That doesn't come out to 1,000, but maybe closer to 800 or 900, something like that. So there is some money coming in regularly. Now, this is an important paragraph. Gidon's plan is to reach out to potential monthly recurring donors. That is people who are not yet making a recurring donation. Try to raise about $2,500 more in recurring monthly donations. Again, if the average will be $25, if I come to people and I say, listen, I know it's tough for you, but there are people who it's much tougher for, and they're giving me $25 a month. If you believe in the vision and the mission statement of Root Source to build bridges between Christians and Jews, then please become one of our regular monthly donors. So that is one thing that I'm going to do. I'm planning on minimizing expenses. I've already written an email to my main virtual assistant telling her that unfortunately we will not be able to continue employing her. And I'm also going to try to cut down on non-critical services. Just canceled a $30 a month a WhatsApp application, for example. Hopefully, we'll be able to get down to closer to $1,000 a month as opposed to $2,000 a month, which was what our current monthly expenses are. Most importantly, we're going to change the monthly fee from RootSource USA to RootSource Israel from $7,000 to $2,000, plus a clear monthly bill for expenses. This will require that Gidon reevaluate his full-time work for RootSource and reduce it to closer to 10 hours a week. In a moment, I will show you what I expect to do during those 10 hours. I am now applying also for full or part-time employment in other places, and I will rearrange my work with RootSource as above. And the projected activities to pursue that we will be pursuing appear on the 2026 tab in this worksheet. Let me open that up here. Let me just quickly show you this here, if my computer is quick enough. Yeah. So this is that list of everything that is on the what we do page, right? On RootSource website. Second. But many of these things are on autopilot and do not take up, in reality, much time, especially if I'm not going to pursue them. I would love to pursue Christian outreach, but we haven't been doing that for quite a while, and we're going to continue to not do it. And other things that I would have liked to do, that would be to reach out to libraries to donate some of our books, the list, certainly the We Must Not Forget books. But again, that is based on donations, on having the funding in order to do that. And that is not forthcoming, and I'm not focusing on that. What I will be focusing on this year are the website to make sure that it stays up. Continue to do the newsletter. I might change the newsletter from weekly to bi-monthly, or maybe even.
I lost Gidon.
Yeah, I can't hear him either.
So did I.
Abba,
Yeah.
Try it now.
You hear me now?
yes.
Hear me now? Okay, so
No,
Oh,
you're gone
They
again.
went back out again.
It's the mic.
well, that's
All the tech guys on this call desperately wish they could just drive a couple blocks down the road and, and plug in a new mic for him.
Yeah, we all just sat up a little bit.
Okay, do you hear me now?
Yes,
hear
we
me
can
now?
hear you
Yes,
now.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm okay, do you hear me? And there's no
Yeah, there's no echoing.
no echoing, and hear me okay, right?
Yes.
Okay. So again, the newsletter, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing, but this week's newsletter went out, and chances are January's newsletters will go out for the next 2 or 3 weeks, and I'll figure out what I'm going to be doing with that. Root Source Conversations, I'm happy to have one conversation a week on the average. Rabbi Dermer's book, We're going to do a launch, and we're hopefully going to publish more books. The list yearbook, unfortunately, I don't think that we're going to get around to that because there are some technical difficulties. So bottom line, these are the things that I'm going to be doing and how much it's going to cost me per year. The website, I don't have, obviously, we're talking about how much we're budgeting for the year. I don't have yet a specific line item budget for everything. The website will cost us about $50. Let me move now over to a different page here where it's a little bit clearer. My website will cost about $600 a year at about $50 a month. That shouldn't take me any time a week. The newsletter, right now, the monthly expense is $150 plus another $150 a month. That's going to go down hopefully to $200 a month, which is $2,400 a year. Light at the church barely costs us anything. And again, we're not doing much with it, but hopefully we will at least keep up the appearances and do another, keep on with the monthly newsletter and make sure that a few people send us some pictures at the end of the year in November. Continue to have Root Source Conversations. Rabbi Dermer's book we're going to launch, as I said. We're hopefully going to publish more We Must Not Forget books. And my cost as a CEO, like I said, $2,000 a month. We're going down from about $1,500 a month to about $150 a month for other admin. Social media, I didn't get a chance to talk yet with Russ, who is starting to work on that. I'm paying some Filipino about $50 a month or something like that, so maybe we'll be able to take that down. That is our annual expenses, which comes out, if I might move this so that I can see it, 1 second, comes out to $34,800, which is about $3,600, which is about $3,000 a month, which is $2,000 for me and $1,000 for everything else. Where is that money coming from? Right now, we had, I said $1,000. We have about $785 in monthly recurring, plus another $850 in annual. So we put that all together, it comes out to about $10,000 a year. Let's hope that that will continue. A few days ago, somebody canceled a $100 a month recurring donation. Not a lot you can do from that. In addition, we've already got pledges for 3 We Must Not Forget books. That is 10 from the Nations, from Al and or Russ and or Dave. An anonymous person has pledged another $7,000. And Miro Falik, a rich guy from Panama, finally said, okay, I'll give you 7. Hopefully these monies will be coming in within the next few months. And that is, I don't have to, I'm sure that all of you can figure out, $21,000. As we've just said, our annual budget, including that, is $36,000. So what I need to do is to get another 3 book sponsorships. That will add me another $21,000, and then I'm already over the top. I will continue to apply to Nathaniel and Carson Meyer grants. That's this month. Maybe we'll get some more. And halavai, it should only be that we will get another $2,500 in addition to this $1,000 a month. So that is, what have I got over here? We've already looked at what we do. Yes, I started planning this meeting about a month ago, and I was far from optimistic. I really didn't know what was going to happen. But luckily, I got a chance to talk to a few people, and most luckily, my optimism showed through, and God blessed Root Source a little bit more. I don't think that $2,000 a month is something that we'll be able to keep up at length, but you never know. There are a lot of organizations that the executive directors are volunteers, and if I do get another job. I applied today to be for the job as a fundraiser for a Holocaust or related organization, which is now very much connected to what Root Source is doing with We Must Not Forget. So we will see what will happen. So let me quickly take a peek to see if I didn't have anything else that I wrote down over here that I want to. Oh, okay. So that is it. I have been speaking for about 40 minutes, and now I'm going to give you guys a moment to comment if anybody wants to.
I know one of the things that we've been talking about at 10 from the Nations is giving a little love toward Root Source and providing basically some free advertisement on our events, pushing people toward Root Source as a place to gain understanding and knowledge. And so my hope is that that's going to improve some traffic and get some more money flowing that direction.
Thank you very much. I have no. I'm a big believer in if you don't ask, you don't get. Now, much of Root Source's donations have come from relatively passive asks. That is, we've created campaigns, and we announce the campaigns in our newsletter, and people who read about it and are excited about the campaign, some give $10, sometimes give $10,000. But I never go and I ask somebody with preparation saying, this person could give me $10,000, I'm going to ask for $20,000. But I'm a big believer in that is the way to really get money. So I'm going to, over the next month or two, hopefully I will have time to make a list of people and approach them, as I said, hoping that many of them will in fact say, yes, it is time for me to support Root Source. Kol hakavod to Root Source. Okay, thank you, Russ. And anybody else? Al, you're the only person who's not muting yourself. Do you have anything to say?
Well, I was actually muting myself on my little button here, but I'm unmuted. No, I think it's a good plan. David and I have been texting, and we'll see if we can squeeze out another book sponsorship.
Thank you very, very much. Okay, so I've already been holding on to you much longer than I usually like to. The meeting was, of course, much longer than usual. I, of course, will continue to update people on the advisory board WhatsApp group. Thank you all for participating there, and thank you all especially for participating in today's meeting. Okay, I've given everybody else a chance to say something, and anybody who wanted to did. So, toda rabba lachem, thank you all very much, and we'll be in touch. God bless.
Thank you, Gidon.
So.
Say goodbye here too. Hey, hi Dave. Bye bye.